Gotcha.
Awesome sauce, all right?
The catchphrase.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Just like that. What's up, guys? I'm here with David, owner of Redefine. You can give the whole name, so I'm not butchering it.
Redefine Fitness and Lifestyle.
Redefine Fitness and Lifestyle.
Yes.
And the address and all that.
It is 22501 3 Lakes Parkway, Suite 102.
And I'm going to put it on the screen too, so
I hope that's correct. If not, well,
it'll be on the screen. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this. This is out of the blue, out of spite. I'm not putting you on the spot here.
yes, in the middle of my lunch. So, yes.
Yes. So sorry, not sorry.
No.
But as I was telling David, there's a lot of knowledge, a lot of good stuff that I learned from him. Just off of like a few hours of just picking his brain and watching him work. So versatile, so adaptable, and so personable, and that's like, and those are like the best things you can ask for a trainer, someone who keeps you accountable as well. And I guess my first question would be like, where does that come from?
Just years, right? Trial and error, personal experience too. I feel like when, starting off training, my training, what I did 20 years ago was completely different. So you find out the stuff that works, what you enjoy, and what your clients are able to do too. So
How different, like, what's that? Like, how different?
there's definitely similarities. There's some moves that, yes, you look back 20 years ago, like, okay, I'm still doing some of the same things, but some of the stuff, the way we structure and group it up, it's just evolved to fit like my clients, and realizing their wants and needs have changed. What you want when you're 20 years old is different than you want when you're 80 years old.
Yeah.
But I find like some fundamentals that do carry on those generations that fill those gaps. So I train my clients, whether they're 15 years old or 85 years old. We're doing a lot of the same moves.
Yeah.
And the intensity changes, the weight, but a lot of the same basic movement patterns are there. So I like to teach the younger people, like, keep doing this for life.
Class trees forever.
Yes.
It's like, like you'll see, like, I would like to watch like historic videos and, footage of like how people used to train. And you see a lot of those videos are people just like climbing, moving their body weight around for the most part, doing power lifted lifts, motion, a lot of motion, a lot of control, and a lot of strength, putting those all together. And, I guess, I don't know, just molding it all together, making it one system. It's like you're on a playground almost, like when you're exercising.
Yeah. Well, I love playing. And that's actually a great way of phrasing it. When we were 10 years old, we weren't working out. We were just playing. And then as we get older, we stopped playing, and now it's just working out. We still need to do the stuff that's working out, but if you can also combine that with play. So whether that's in the gym or outside, there's pickleball, tennis. So I encourage my clients to get out and play as much as possible. And then my job, I feel, is to make working out to not seem less of a chore and more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So maybe the work itself that they're actually doing isn't fun, but I can be that pleasant face, the smiling person to kind of take away that edge. And they look forward to meeting me at the gym.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to doing the workout, but knowing that I got their back, I'm going to adapt and adjust to fit their needs at that time of day, because every day is a little bit different. Every week's different. Phases of life and seasons, it's always changing. So the workout, we just want to be consistent. Sometimes we just want to check the box, and that's a win. Right? If I can get my clients in the door, that's a win. I'll take care of them.
How would you say you keep them coming in the door, you think?
Yeah.
What do you think is going to be the thing that's kept them coming?
Attention to detail, Phil, knowing that no matter what session it is, like it was the first or the 1000th extra session, I'm still going to take care of them. I'm still going to correct the little things, even if I have to correct it every single time they come in. So they know I have their best interest. I'm not going to just take a day off, or my idea is I need to bring it every single time to keep them coming back and know that I really care for them and I'm at the best.
Because they can feel like you can innately, I think, God's given this gift to like innately know when someone's like coasting, someone doesn't really, doesn't value, isn't like, I guess, integral. I think we have like all that sixth sense innately. And I often just one day I could tell that you have a real passion for what you're doing, and those people can feel that passion. And I just saw, although it was like hard, like I did the workout myself, and obviously I didn't do as many sets or reps because I just couldn't, it was that hard. But everybody was doing it with more weight than me, and more reps than me, but they were all smiling, they were all laughing throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Everyone just looked like they were having the best time and the worst feeling at the same time. It's awesome to see, you know what I mean? But I guess it's like, but you see a lot of people, like I go to Crunch as well, and a lot of people, they prioritize bodybuilding training over there. And, you know, I'll see them, and I'll be like this sometimes, especially when you gotta go hard, you gotta get, you know what I mean? But I'll see a lot of people, you know, they're just like, all their phones, you know, not progressing.
And part of the whole setup of the gym is to build that community. And that was another part I forgot to mention, that my clients, they're all in small group settings, so they might be looking forward to meet up with their friends here as well. So me as their trainer and their coach, but also the other people that work out with. So it's really incorporating that community, the camaraderie. They're doing this together, right? So they're going through the workout. There's that physical pain, but then it's all a little bit better because you're doing it with people that you enjoy being around.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's important to have that, I guess, that community, because not only do you like feel good around them because you can like chit chat, banter, you're all struggling together, but it's like, well, yeah, you're all struggling together, and it's like when men go to war, and they're like in the front lines, oddly enough, that's when they're the most like comedic, that's the most like fun they're having among each other, is when they're in that struggle.
I feel physical work, it takes boundaries down. So I do a men's workout, and there's not a lot of chatter before the workout or leading up to it or during it, but after the workout is when people just do normal. So something about doing some physical activity together really takes down walls and allows people just to connect differently than they might not on basis. So I really like seeing that as part of bringing them together. It's regular either to network or just making friendships.
Absolutely. And I think of it like I like to tie things back to scripture a lot, in terms of like so I was reading the book of Romans, and I was studying that for a little bit, and it talks in like Romans 8 that the fruits of the spirit will make themselves known. So we have a lot of a lot of people who, like I was saying, are pretty docile for the most part, who are, they can't move, they can't get themselves out of bed without struggling, they can't walk down the road without struggling, they just can't move without struggling, generally, it's very minimal movements. And like to tie back to what you were saying, I think our flesh innately craves sin. Like we innately physically, and we crave to do things that make us feel comfortable. That's our survival skills right there. Instinctual survival skills. But anyways, anytime we quote unquote crucify the flesh through rigorous exercise and stuff, that's when I have personally experienced where the most fruits of the spirit have come about. So I love to play, I love to exercise, I love to hang out with the boys and all that. It's just so fun, but especially after you have quote unquote crucified the flesh.
Yeah, it's the fruits of your labor, right? So the labor is the hard work, and the fruits what you reap afterwards. And I feel that right now there's so many in the gym. If you say you went to Crunch, there's a lot of people that everyone's doing their individual thing, and so people have their headphones on, and everyone's just head down, just doing their own workout. And I think that really trying to bring people back to doing more time together. It's part of the aspect of the small groups and just really reconnecting at a different level. So it's like after 2020, a lot of people went to online presence, and I feel people still want to be around other people.
Yes.
I prefer training and coaching in person. There's definitely a place online, but I feel that as we do more online, there's actually that pull to come back to do more stuff in person. And I can feel energy when I'm with my clients, and they can feed off of me as well. And a screen you just can't do that. And so I feel like it's almost like doubling down on I'm set on doing something in person because that's what I like, I enjoy. I feel that's honestly what people need and crave. I just spend more and more time on screens, and they need that in-person aspect.
So bringing it back to the gym, how long have you been open?
So I opened these doors February.
February this year?
Yes.
2025?
Yes.
Wow. And what was walk me through the process of getting to February 2025.
Yeah, so I'm relatively new to Tyler, so I'm working on my 4th year here in Tyler. So I stopped personal training completely to move. One of my clients followed me from Houston, And I didn't know if I was actually going to go back to personal training, but after settling down in Tyler, I just knew that I still wanted to do something. Personal training is what I do, do best. And so I first had my first space with a physical therapist, did that for a few months, and she paused her practice. And then I worked at another place, a club, for a few years. And I just knew the service I wanted to provide my clients, and I couldn't do it at that space. And I wasn't getting help. So I knew that long term I wanted to open up my space. There's just a level of service that I want to give to my clients. I just know what I can serve and give them, and that's what's led me here.
Yeah. So it seems like you have to get like, quote unquote, purified through the fire to find out your why you started this.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go into much detail, but what was the how process of getting February 2025?
It could be just frustration. Could be the best word to kind of. I just saw where things were heading, and I wasn't liking that. So I was like, okay, I need to. It wasn't always my vision to open up my own space. You dream about it. Like, it would be nice to have my own gym space. But kind of that line fire in me is like, I want to serve my clients the best, and that would be the biggest driver. Just be able to create that space environment.
Yeah.
And then as it comes together, you just start to appreciate it. The clients, seeing them come together. I did a little grand opening party in April, and just seeing how many people showed up.
How many showed up?
So I don't know the number, but
More than 5?
yeah, 90% of my clients follow me here to the gym, and I felt like that was a big win. And that's just a really confidence too.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't always look up to see all the all the good stuff happening. It's easy to keep my head down and just keep working, but then you kind of look up, and that party was a great way of seeing all the support, all friends, family, clients who showed up. Who I know are big on the social side showed up, and I just feel like that was just really cool to see everyone come here just to say hi and show their support. And I want them to feel like they're part of the gym, the community, and to grow with me. It's not just about me growing this, but about all of us growing. So I love the client referrals thing, bringing a friend, a family member, and just spreading it that way. So word of mouth is my favorite referral.
Yes.
I need all referral sources, but that's my favorite one. I feel like that's a big compliment to the client to they're sharing it with someone they know or that's close to them about the gym.
Yeah. And it's like it's so cool that like a bunch of different walks of life like feel comfortable to come in here, because there's an underlying common goal, and the common goal is really, in a nutshell, getting better, physically getting better, mentally getting better, spiritually getting better. Like, all that is brought here, like all of that. And it's so weird that I felt that in one day. Because I just like, man, I wish I was still there, because I'm at crunch and I'm like, I'm dragging myself through to this workout right now. But yeah, dude, it's very cool. I mean, I don't know what my next question is, honestly. I'm kind of stuck right now.
Yeah. Well, I feel like next time you do a workout, you just have to jump in one of the groups, and actually you got to see stuff in action, actually to experience it. That'll be fun. Just have you jump in the groups I have.
I think so too. Do you have any my question is going to be, where do you see yourself in like 3 years from now? But where's your satisfaction level at with where you are right now?
I know there's more. Like, there's more I want to bring to my clients, giving them exposure to more strength training, but also other variations. I would love to add Pilates as part of it. So I'd love to expand the gym. There's just other little things that I know I can bring to my clients. Like, every client is an athlete. Doesn't matter the age or the level. We're going to meet our clients where they're at. So that being said, I want to do athletic moves with clients. Like, we shouldn't be doing just sit and be fit just because you're 80 years old. We want to have these active full lives, be able to want to enjoy it. And so we want to meet our clients where they're at too. Everyone, where they're at is exactly where they need to be to get started. So the workout's not going to fit. They're not going to be the ones that it's adapted to fit their needs, right? I'm messing up the words here, but it's adapted to fit their needs. And I encourage people to take the first step, which is the hardest.
Right.
First step's absolutely the hardest. So get in, get started, and we'll take care of it.
Absolutely. And this gets stuck in my head. I have a personal misconception about Pilates. I don't know why I see it this way, but I see it as a girly thing. break down that misconception for me.
I feel there's a lot of there's like background. I think women sort of gravitate to that area because there's not weights, but there's springs on the reformer. So it's a form of strength training, and it's hard. It's very hard. So I feel like they complement each other a lot. And that's why I would love to include it. So you have the strength training side of things, then you have bodies, and honestly, they do a lot of crossover between the two.
It looks like a whole body too.
It is, yes.
I've seen the bodybuilder or powerlifter strength guy named Eric Bugenhagen. He's like 280 pounds. He did deadlifts over 800 pounds. And he did Pilates one time, and he could not do it. He was so stiff, he couldn't move his own body. Yeah. It was like, I'll put a video of him for people to see, but it was hilarious to watch, and it was very humbling to watch. I'm sure it was humbling for him as well. But that's something that I need to try out too.
Yeah, I feel like it's just another way of strength training. It's a good complement. So if you only do one form of strength training, you'll be great there, but you'll be really weak in other areas. Yeah, I mean, other areas might challenge you in a different setup. The nice thing about a reformer, you can do lots of playing down. So that's a great entry weight for a lot of people. In case they're concerned about doing weights, or they've been hurt in the past with weights. So that'd be another way of one, capturing more of the audience, but also having just more options to serve clients.
Right.
And going back to the story, so another person that a lot of people knows, Sylvester Stallone, he did a Pilates class once. So his daughter is an instructor, so he did it. And afterwards, he was just like sweating profusely, and just like I know strength training, or I know hard, and this was hard. I can't remember exactly all the words he said, but just someone kind of putting a stamp of approval on how challenging Pilates can be. So I can't teach it, and I won't teach it, but I'll do Pilates.
Right.
But the idea is to incorporate just the kind of diversity of the options to serve the clients. Cool. So I think it's a good option there.
I think so too. And I'm excited to keep shadowing you and keep watching you grow and all that, because I just think you're a solid dude. I don't know how else to put it. I think you're a good person. You have a good heart and are very intellectual. We could go into your background, your studies, and all that. It's very certified, very intellectual, the smartest minds I've ever met. That's saying a lot coming from me.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I look forward to how you around more, learning and teaching.
Yeah. Good. Actually, could you break down your certifications and all that real quick?
So I started off engineering where I started off at A&M, and then this is definitely not a very straightforward path. So personal training was never on my radar. Now, hindsight, you look back, I was always supposed to be here. In high school, I was training my friends, and in college, I was training my friends, and in post-college, I was training people. So it's always been there. It just wasn't something I thought was going to be my career choice. So at A&M was there for 2 years doing engineering. That wasn't working out. And I was in kinesiology. That sounds great. I like exercise. I like being physically active. And I thought physical therapy was going to be the route to go. So that was the whole shift to kinesiology. Did kinesiology. Afterwards, you're applying to physical therapy assistant school for a few years. Got into PTA school. In the meantime, got my personal training certification so I could train while I was in school. And then when I got out of PTA school, I was looking around for jobs, and it was still personal training. And at that point, I was just doing really well. And so I just kept going with that. And I figured I have to deal with insurance, so I'll just keep personal training. And then I have some more freedom. I get to do a lot more advanced exercises. So I just found that real passion and joy working with people. So it's kind of the untraditional path there, getting to that.
Yeah. Gotcha. And who would you say were some of your your mentors? I guess people you look to.
Yeah.
To get where you are.
So, Coach Mike Boyle, he's a great person. Dan John, Tyler Wondroff, and then one of my old former bosses, Brent Gallagher. So just all these people that have really all played their part in helping me become the person I am now. And you just keep trying to learn as much as possible. And then I like to be the filter for my clients. Like, I'm gonna try stuff out, see how it goes, and decide if it's worth, incorporating or not. Just not being afraid to say what we were doing in the past, maybe that wasn't the best, and then making change this. Yes. Everything's always evolving.
So, I think that was good. I think we were at 20 minutes. I don't know how much time. I don't know, but I think that was good.
Yeah, I think so. It was great.
Do you want to just shout the place out one more time?
Redefine Fitness and Lifestyle.
Address will be on screen.
Yeah, address will be on screen, so make sure we get it right.
Yeah, we will. We'll Google Maps it. But yeah, check David out. He's awesome sauce. And thank you guys for watching. God bless.
Yes.